July 26, 2003. With military precision, Fidel Castro steps to the podium to deliver a speech commemorating the 50th anniversary of his revolutionary movement.
Parece algo irreal estar aquí en este mismo sitio 50 años después de los acontecimientos que conmemoramos hoy.
At stage left stands photographer Roberto Salas in his familiar perch. Salas has spent the last 4 decades photographing Fidel's Cuba and the triumph of his revolution.
Hoy han pasado sobre mi vida 50 años más de lucha.
The Cuban Revolution, it's an ongoing process. It isn't something that started, reached its peak, then died away and faded away into history. It's something that is there always.
Roberto Salas has witnessed the Cuban Revolution as it unfolded before his lens.
100 years from now, you can talk about the revolution. You can write 100 books about all this, what has happened all through these last 30 or 40 years. But if you want to illustrate it, you're going to have to use photography.
El que ustedes no cuentan.
From the flashpoint of the Cold War to the dawning of a new millennium, Fidel's Cuba has remained one of the most enduring stories of our time. For Roberto Salas, it's been a revolution in pictures. As Cuba celebrates 50 years of revolution, Roberto Salas returns to the darkroom for his latest assignment, a new book that looks back at the entire body of his Cuban work and will showcase Fidel Castro at close range.
There's where the enormous amount of curiosity is. You know, how is he? How does he look?
Salas has a perspective few share. It's as if Fidel Castro has come to power and aged through his very lens. The iconoclastic Cuban leader is 77 years old now.
25 years ago, I would have spent a month taking pictures of what he did, and I would have had enough material for 3 books. Today, on this last one, I worked almost 2 years. And I don't have everything. He has slowed down. Not as much as a lot of people would like him to have slowed down, but his style has changed. He talks a lot, he has a lot of meetings, he goes to places, but he doesn't have the same energy he used to.
Salas and Fidel have both grown older. For the last 43 years, Roberto has called Cuba home. Working from his spacious apartment in Havana's Vedado district, where he lives with his wife, stepdaughter, and 2 of his grandchildren, Salas has made a living as a photographer for the last 25 years, freelancing for various Cuban newspapers and magazines. His principal subject, Fidel Castro, remains one of the most enigmatic and controversial figures of the modern era. He has been the undisputed ruler of an island that has remained largely isolated for the last 50 years. Agreement on who Fidel is and what his legacy should be is still impossible.
All cultures have their own monsters, and this is the one that was born in ours. Fidel Castro is a man with a twisted mind, thirst for absolute power.
In your view about Cuba, please don't compare Fidel with one of your common prime ministers or with the common presidents of the United States. You must compare him with Lincoln, with Washington, maybe with Roosevelt. To us, Fidel is the father of the revolution.
As an American who has lived in Cuba since the revolution, Salas has a unique, if sometimes controversial, perspective.
I believe I'm a bit of an insider, in the sense that through 44 years, I've known a lot of people, and I've been a witness to a lot of things. I think I got a lot of things I can tell a lot of people. Tell my part of the story, tell my point of view.